It is Tuesday, December 10th, Swerve, 2024. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Spartan MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Sedrick, Swerve, and Irvin.
Remember the fat boy used to
beatbox, human beatbox. Yeah.
I got my basketball shit on straight.
I see it. Oh, you got that Cleves jersey. You doing it. Okay.
Yeah, basketball rated, baby. What's going on?
Got the gold chain, got the glass. I mean, man, you ready. You ready today.
I told you straight, when the football team helped me beat Vegas, man, I put my last savings on it. So I'm still look, I went and got it's great. Come on, dog. I love my little Spartan Dawgs. Woo!
Ain't nothing wrong with the Spartan Dawgs, man.
I almost quit my job, straight. I almost
walked
the next day. You know, I was trying to find them people on Instagram and TikTok that when you want to quit your job, they come in and sing and all that for you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get them in time. So I just say, you know what? I'm just going to stay with my job. You know what I'm saying? I was going to quit because of my bet, but I might well stick it on out, you know?
Yeah, man. Look, we got a jam-packed show today, man. We got to talk about a lot of things in the world of basketball, obviously transfer portal news, and also, you know, college football playoffs. I know the Spartans aren't in it, but, you know, we got to look towards the future and see if this is something that we are happy with, how the selection committee has gone through their business. But if this is your first time, we want to thank you, welcome you to the show. And if this is not, we welcome you and thank you to the show for everything that you've been doing. We welcome you for the new people, and we thank you for the other people for their loyalty. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms at This Is Sparta MSU. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons, man. That's what we need to know. Please also put in that chat where you're watching from. We saw Hawaii in the house. Always. No one beats Woody. He was in there at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Swerve. Once again.
Hey, you know what? I saw a picture of Woody on Facebook. Woody, you a fly dude, man. You a fly dude, man.
Man, he got to invite us over at the house out that way, man.
Nope, not me, Stray. I'm not going. Nope.
Yeah?
I don't want that invite. Nope.
Yeah, man. They watching us in Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay, that's Vanika, co-worker. Shout out.
Yes, sir. Yeah. In Brighton, Michigan, and Lansing, Michigan, of course, man. We always love the L Boogie. Look, let's get into what's going to happen on that hardwood. But first, these messages from our friends over at Gray Matter Exchange.
Gray Matters.
Just like a bad player can cost your team the game, overpaying for shipping can cost your business. Gray Matter Exchange, your all-star team for shipping savings, will help you score big with up to 30% savings on your UPS and FedEx costs.
Go back to that and get to that little QR code and call up Michael Gray over at Gray Matter Exchange. He saves you a ton of money. I mean, it doesn't cost anybody anything either. Everybody ships something. Get your ship together and call Michael Gray over at Gray Matter Exchange. I'm telling you, tell him that Said and Stray sent you, and I'm sure he'll work out even a better deal for you. Swerve.
Yes, sir.
Man, and the women's basketball program, they doing it, man. I mean, they just ranked 17th in the country. First time 9-0 in the program history, in the history of Michigan State women's basketball. This is the first time they're 9-0, man. Talk about them. What do you think about the Spartan Dogettes?
Scray, I'm going to be honest with you, my brother, and I ain't never lied to you yet. I watched a whole Michigan State women's basketball game for the first time since 1996. When I say I sat through commercials and everything. When I say them babies look good,
yeah.
Oh, wait. I ain't calling for South Carolina yet, but just know we ain't scared, though. Man, them girls shooting threes, playing defense, communicating, pick and roll. Man, it looked so good. I say, ooh.
Yes.
I got it timing up where I can go see hockey, Go see the girls basketball. I mean, I love Izzo. I ain't even got to see the boys after seeing them girls play. Man, them girls look good out there, straight.
They do. Fralick,
I see
Round,
why they
and
9-0, man. Oh, they look good.
Yes, they do. They looking damn good. You know what? Before we get going into all the other things, let's talk about our guy, our guest, B. Moore. Brendan Moore is going to join us right now from Spartans Illustrated. He's going to be our third co-host today. Come on in, Brendan. How you been, man? Welcome
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me back. Excited for this.
back. Man,
B-Mo,
people are already in chat.
Before we start, B-Mo, just know Trevor on here, and we had my man JC last week, and Trevor's on this thing, you know, about he rating different, 24/7, this and that and that. Just come on here and do your thing, man, because I know you're one of the best in the business,
I appreciate that, son. We'll see how it goes today.
Oh, yeah, man. So tell us, B-Mo, like, what do you think about women's basketball? I mean, you have, a vast knowledge of what goes on in Michigan State athletics. Talk about that 9-0 start, first time in program history.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of their games when they played over in California in that Acrisure tournament. They won that undefeated. I think they're ranked 17, you said, Stray. So, I mean, they're off to a really good start. Robin Fralick's doing a really good job. One of their transfers, Vance Slutin. I mean, she's going off in some of the more recent games. So, a lot of momentum with Michigan State women's basketball. And I was looking at some bracketology earlier today, and Michigan State right now for women's basketball is a projected 5 seed. So a lot of exciting stuff going on with the women's team.
When you talk about that, I mean, number one in the Big Ten, 91.4 points per game. That's killing it right there. Defense, they shutting them down, only allowing 53.1 points per game, good for number 2 in the 10. And hold on, man. 21.2 assists per game? That's out.
It's impressive.
Oh, my God.
That's what we do.
And then just only 38.6 from three-point range. That's number 2 in the Big Ten. But, I mean, they're ranked number 1 or 2 in all those categories. No wonder they're undefeated. And, man, they are rolling right now. So, looking forward to a great season. Yeah, we got to do that whole thing. I like that, Sid. Women's basketball, got to see hockey because you get your sweater. B. Moore is going to see to it because he's got the connections over there. And then maybe we go see Izzo. We got to get that statue ready for Izzo. But we're working on that because those guys, speaking of them, there's a statue.
Man, come on.
We need to erect a statue.
Dog, listen. None of them coaches ever looked that good, man.
That is Izzo and Antonio in their prime right there.
Man, prime my ass. They ain't never looked like that. I wonder if do all the girls basketball practice like UConn and South Carolina with the boys practice? They let some boys practice with them?
The scout team, I believe, is mostly guys. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Right.
So like they'll go up and practice against that scout team, and I believe it's mostly guys.
Wow.
Yeah. High school all-stars.
If it was me, though, if I was out there, I'd bust their ass, though. I'd be trying to.
Hey, Chad, you welcome. When we go there, we gotta get you on the court. Yeah, let's get the cameras rolling for that.
You're talking talk. I mean, you got to walk the walk.
The way these knees set up, boy, shit, I won't make it. They must gonna play 3-on-3 when I get there. We're gonna play 3-on-3.
Oh my goodness. No. We're full court. You gotta run with the girls. Back in the polls, man. Michigan State men's basketball has made its season's debut at 21 in the Associated Press poll. That's the first time they checked in. And after its 2-0 start in Big Ten play. Jay Nathan's right there. Hey, talk about that, Brendan. I mean, you know about a lot of things, obviously basketball, women's basketball, but transitioning to Tom Izzo's team. It started off, not ranked, and now they're getting there. Like, what are you thinking about the prospects of the future for Michigan State men's basketball this season?
Yeah, I've been impressed with what I've seen, especially in the past 4 or 5 games since they started that Maui tournament. I think the ball movement offensively, like the half-court offense, does not look as clunky as it has in years past. Ball's moving smoothly. I feel like they got more playmakers on the offensive side this year, and the scoring depth is what's really impressed me. I mean, there's 8, 9, 10 guys that can score the basketball, whether it be down low or from 3-point range. I know the 3-point shooting percentage isn't probably where it needs to be, but that just shows that there's still a little bit room for growth. Like Frankie Fiddler has not been shooting the 3 ball as good as I've expected, but he's still contributing in some other ways. So if he can get that 3 ball going, I mean, Michigan State can even reach an even higher ceiling than what they are right now. So I've been impressed just with their tenacity, and it just gives me the vibe of like an old, 2010s, early 2000s Izzo team. Like I just feel like Michigan State basketball is kind of back.
Is it Jace Richardson that gives you that vibe? Is that what you do? You feel that?
It's him. It's also Jackson Kohler, to be honest. So every time I looked up, I told him this. Every time I looked up, he was on the floor diving for loose balls on Saturday. Like he's tenacious. I mean, I don't know what got into him this offseason, but he's hit that next level. Coming off that injury from last year, he developed really well over the offseason. He's just more tenacious. He's diving after loose balls. Post moves have continued to improve. And Maureen mentioned it right there. Sadie Washington, good addition to the staff. And I think he's doing a really good job with the bigs.
Great point right there. Where was he coaching at before?
He was coaching at Michigan, Sed's favorite school, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. But we can poach their asses too, right?
$1 more. I'll be a Wolverines. Yeah, whatever my baby take me, that's where I'm going. But anyway.
Hey, look at that. Here's another one here from Trevor. Sadi has improved. The bigs, Kohler, Zappala, Carr, and Booker. Talk about Carr, man, like Cohen. This guy's a human highlight reel.
Yeah. Last year, there was still some deficiencies to his game that I think he's improved on this year. His transition game's still really good, really elite in transition. Obviously, we see him dunking the ball all the time. But defensively, some of these hustle plays he's doing this year, it's impressive to see how Carr's developed. I feel like he's getting to the line a little bit more as well. Just in general, the team is getting to the free throw line a lot more, which I think has in turn helped the offense really put up a lot of points.
I'm telling you, the way Carr jumps, you had to see me be more on the. I don't know where you from, and y'all got the elementary. But when we was in high school, we used to play at the elementary goal. They call it 8-foot. Man, I used to jump just like that. No, I'm serious. I can call these 4 people from 1992, and they can be like, "Man, you was Jason Richardson before Jason Richardson, but on 8-foot though."
On the 8-foot?
On 8-foot.
You got to think. We all,
you probably can still do that on 8-foot, can't you? You can't.
No. And it's funny, man. Like, you thought I really thought like I'd be athletic for all my life. I thought I was just that athletic growing up. Straight, yeah. I don't want to do shit athletic but lift weights.
Yeah.
I can't jump no more. I ain't no more swear. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, Father Time's a mud, boy.
You're undefeated. He's undefeated. BMO, he's undefeated. Father Time's undefeated. I know you.
No, BMO don't know yet.
I don't know yet. We'll get there.
We definitely gonna get there. So men's basketball, you got a lot going on. They're coming down to the LCA, talking about Little Caesars Arena downtown Detroit next week to face Oakland. That's gonna be a big event in an electric environment. And you talk about Michigan State coming downtown Detroit. Be more.
Yeah, I remember I was at last year's game at Little Caesars Arena when they played Baylor. That was a dominant victory for Michigan State. Now they're playing Oakland. I know it's a Tuesday night, so I'm not expecting as big of a crowd because I think that Baylor game was a weekend. But still, Oakland, really good opponent. Same Oakland team. Well, it's a different Oakland team because they lost a lot of guys, brought in a lot of transfers. But remember, Oakland made March Madness last year, beat Kentucky in the first round. So they got a heck of a coach in Greg Campy. He's been there forever. Him and Izzo are really close friends. So should be an interesting matchup. Always fun when Oakland and Michigan State get together, and it's a great opportunity for Michigan State fans in that in the Metro Detroit area to get down and see them.
What's up, T? Wright? Listen, man. Said can still do the Tootsie Roll. Oh, okay. Is that what he used to do?
Just with the left leg, T. Wright. Just with the left leg. I can't do it with the right leg, but that left leg. T. Wright.
Tootsie Roller.
Film study.
Listen, man. Hey, look, I'm really encouraged by what Michigan State basketball is getting ready to do here. Izzo, I mean, it's like a quiet confidence that's coming over the team right now. He knows he's got something. It's a little different than the last few years. Like you said, that offense is not as clunky as before. So I'm really excited about to see how good they can get in the interim right now. Obviously, you know when it gets down to March, that's Izzo's time. But, man, to see success this early, and it seems like they're building the right way. Not just flashy with no substance. I mean, Kohler being the beast like he is, Cohen being a high flyer, but then Jace Richardson as a freshman that we've seen on draft boards already saying that he can be a guy that's in the top 15 of next year's NBA draft. So, I mean, look, sky seems to be the limit here with Tom Izzo, Sadie Washington at the controls right now. And we gotta talk about that other sport in a minute, because I know right now the buzz is all about the transfer portal. And B More is going to bring us all the information about that and what's going on, what the rumors are, who we're going after, who we lost and why. We have a chance to get them back after these messages from our friends over at IHOP.
There you go. Oh. I'm sneaking. I'm going to creep around here. How did I just do that? I've never even played it before. IHOP.
Nothing brings families together like Xbox and IHOP. Come in for favorites like our new fully loaded French toast and get access to exclusive Xbox merch only at IHOP.
Man, I can't wait they change that. I can't take that IHOP commercial no more, man.
Why don't you like it, man? What's wrong with it?
Compared to all the other IHOP, we saw pancakes, we saw the icing, we saw ice cream, we saw eggs. Now we going through the living room, the video game. It just take away from
the food.
Oh,
man. B More, do you have these kind of problems? Do you stress over things like this?
Oh, I just eat the food.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get into the transfer portal news. I know everybody wants to hear about that. Right now, Michigan State, I think, sitting at 12 players that have now declared for the transfer portal. Let's get into that. Like, so, B-More, what are you hearing on the street? What's going on?
Yeah, I count 14 from what we have on our site here. So, yeah, if you guys want to keep up with
hold on. Y'all mean to tell me the Honey Badger is in the portal?
What we don't say it. Welcome to the show.
Why nobody ain't tell me?
Hey, he goes in every year. He goes in every year. I think this is his fourth time talking about Brantley. This is his fourth time in the portal.
Oh, so he gonna come back?
We hope.
Why nobody tell me? No.
In defense of said, this did happen today, so it's not like he's a week late on this news. So it was just today that he did that he entered the portal.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't tell me. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please come back, Zero. Please.
He's a good player.
Oh man,
there's a lot of fans. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about he's the brand new one that just went in today, the biggest name. I would say, Brendan. What is the feedback you're hearing out there with fans about Charles Brantley deciding to go back into the portal?
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned it earlier, he's entered the portal a couple of times now throughout his college career. But I was impressed with him this past season. I thought he was probably Michigan State's best defensive back. Now injuries were a problem with him during his time here at Michigan State. So that's obviously a concern moving forward with Brantley. I mean, you do have to keep in mind Demetrius Martin just left for UCLA. So there could be a little bit of a dynamic there. So we've seen a couple other DBs enter the portal, including Phillip Davis, Brandon Lewis did not play and Jalen Thompson as well. Those guys did not play as much as Brantley, but yeah, a little bit of a dynamic there between Martin and him moving to UCLA. We'll see if that ties in here, but yeah, Brantley's probably the biggest hit to Michigan State so far.
So you mean to tell me Demetrius leave $1 more? One more dollar more. So you mean to tell me, and I'm late. I'm sorry to all my Spartan fans. I've been fighting watching football because I love my Spartans so much. I want to win. That's all I care about is winning, like winning. I did not know that the quarterback from Arizona State was our quarterback.
Okay, so we going up. Yeah, you talking about Sam Levitt.
Oh, my God. And he looked so good.
In the Big 12 championship.
Oh, straight running the ball, throwing the ball. I did not know that was him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was here a year ago.
Oh, man. I can't take this right now, straight. I'm at my CTE, Honey Badger. Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
You have a separation.
Said might need a 5-minute timeout.
Right.
Oh,
we need a full
man,
media
not
timeout for
Bradley.
said.
Please, Bradley, please. I take Bradley. I give you all the winners that I won.
Somebody said inbox me. I'll give you the inside.
Oh, that boy that knows something. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do that for Vendrick.
Vendrick.
Man, who named Vendrick? Who named you V to me? Okay, V. I'm not finna call you no Vendrick. Hey, Vendrick. Who the fuck? Vendrick.
Man, why you the man trying to help you, and then you start talking.
I'm not finna call him Vendrick. Who the fuck? Vendrick. Hey, Vendrick. No. Hey, V, what's up, dog? V-Dog. That's his name. V-Dog. I'm gonna inbox you, V-Dog. Vendrick. Man, I wish my mama would have named me Vendrick.
Okay, so Marine said he left because he had a beef with Coach Smith. I think she's talking about Levitt.
Yeah, so I'll back that up. We reported when Sam Levitt entered the transfer portal that Levitt did not get an offer from Oregon State, which Coach Smith was there at the time when Sam Levitt was going through that high school recruiting process. So it's a little bit butthurt at that, a little bit. So he just didn't want to stay with Michigan State, entered the transfer portal because of that previous high school recruitment. Kind of like, if you don't want me then why would you want me now? It's kind of situation there.
Totally understand that.
Oh, so Levitt is from Oregon.
Yes. Levitt from the same town, in that same area, and he didn't get offered.
So he didn't
from
even
Oregon.
wait.
Yep.
He didn't wait till they got off the plane. Once he knew the name, he was out.
He was gone.
Straight. The boy looked so damn good last week, Saturday, man. And somebody said, yeah, he was at the school because I had on my Michigan State shirt. I still, I wear because I beat Vegas. But I said he was at Michigan State. That's why I called you. I did not know that. I was like, damn. And then I finally saw the defensive tackle at Oregon. Ooh, you ever seen the Green Mile?
Yeah, John Coffey.
Man, he just looked bigger than everybody, like bigger than life. And then they mentioned he was at Michigan State. The porter.
Yeah, we played him. We played him this year, said. He sacked the quarterback.
I
Greg Harmon from Detroit Loyola. Went and spoke at his graduation ceremony and everything, man. Me and Greg Kelser. Yeah, that was a hard one when we saw him going to portal. It was tough.
It was
real
hard.
tough.
Watching football last week, I didn't knowing them things that I did not know, man. It was bothering me because I'm like, wow, we had that kid, man.
Yeah.
But did he play like that with us? Because I didn't watch football back then. I was out where every time we played on Saturday, I was coaching my baby, so I didn't know. So did he play like that for Michigan State? I didn't see enough of him.
Who? Levitt?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. Levitt standing on business, Portal giveth, portal taketh away. It does. It does all of those things. So
what they gonna give us? Damn it, BMO, what we gonna get from the portal? Can we get some? Can we get motherfucking Levitt? Can we get Green Mile? Can we get what we gonna get from the portal, BMO?
Yeah. We'll stay tuned. They have a number of visits here this week. They're hitting running backs hard. They're hitting the wide receiver position hard. Offensive line, getting some DBs on campus as well. So Still a lot to look forward to for Michigan State. They're going to hit the portal hard. So yeah, we'll see what comes about.
Hold
Hey,
on.
baby's in the chat. How you doing? Hey, baby. Trevor, Trevor, as smart as you are, Trevor, I want to know, do you really believe them stats? I just want to ask.
13.1. So where all the money going to there? If we got 13.1, okay, let me do the math. I don't know the kid family, none of that. I know he got a great family. I guess the quarterbacks, every quarterback getting millions, right? So where if we got 13.1 million, I know some people in the hood that we can help us win 4 or 5 more games. They ain't gonna take them in college, you know? They just need enough, you know what I'm saying? If we got 13.1, we spent 13.1 for that team.
I don't know where these numbers are coming from. I don't know.
No, Trevor, I know you.
Trevor, where'd that come from? Where'd you get that from? I've been seeing this all day. The NIL. I don't know. I mean, this is top NIL teams.
Yeah, I did see that chart. I can send you the link after this, Stray, but I did see that chart online. I don't know how accurate it is. So I don't know. I'd have to investigate it further. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know how exactly you calculate how much NIL these teams, because a lot of these NIL collectives are private. They don't really share this type of information. So I don't really know how one would kind of calculate that.
That's a good stance to take right there, B-Mo, because nobody knows exactly what the numbers are like that. I mean, here, so Trevor says, Alan Howard just wrote an excellent letter on NIL. Spartans are 13th in the country, 5th in the Big Ten, over $13 million.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that further. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer if that's accurate or not, but we'll see.
So we had 13.
Trevor says it's accurate.
If we had 13.1, okay, where's the money going? Cause why is Honey Badger in the portal? What did he get last? How much he need? Because I know some people that's doing some things, that know somebody. I can get them a few more dollars. You know what I'm saying? we can't lose him. Come on.
Right. That's a good Laura's back. Does that include basketball? I'm
pretty sure that was just football from the chart I saw online.
Hey, T right, we can't go get them players because we not that staff not offering the big time players. They not going after the guys with the stars or the guys that's the number one in their state or on their team. They don't believe in it. I don't think that staff believe in that. I think that staff believe in let's get the guys that's 3 stars under the radar and let's hope that we can build them in and build them up. And I just don't see that just because of the offered guys that we left slip by and didn't even fight for. You know, I just don't see that part. I'm sorry.
So this is saying Texas is at the top, almost 22.3 million right there. Ohio State, LSU, Georgia, Texas A&M, then Michigan at 16. So I think these are last year's number. They're talking 2024, but
because Miami not in there. Miami not in there. Miami got to be in the top 5. They spent some money now.
Is Oregon in that list?
Oh yeah, that's not right.
This isn't something. I don't know. On the list that Trevor had is Oregon on that list. Can we pull that list one more time? Does somebody have that? These guys barely played. Okay, I don't know. I don't see it. We got to get that because there's key universities missing. Let's see. This one shows Ohio State number 1, U of M, Penn State. Yeah, Oregon's not in that list, and we know.
Yeah, Trevor, throw that shit in the garbage.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
Cause we know Oregon number.
Yeah, they have Uncle Phil. They got Phil Knight, okay, the founder of Nike. If people don't understand that's the one out there in Oregon, Eugene, who's backing their NIL collective. But they also have a big, they got critical mass from all the other fans too. It's not just them. When you talk to the Oregon fan base, they're all like, it's not just Phil because I think he took the headlines and saying that he will pay unlimited money for a championship. I mean, they look pretty good right now, and they're not on the list at all. Maureen's got a great point, though, fellas, when they say $20 million roster got 10 points against U of M. What the hell? Talking about Ohio State right there.
You know what? Maureen must be a coach or something, cuz. Maureen, ooh, oh, you good. God damn, you good.
What do you say about that, Brendan? B-Mo?
Yeah, I mean, you can buy a roster all you want, but at the end of the day, what's going to win in college football is what has always won in college football, which is a really good culture, good scheme, good coaches, and I think Ohio State is lacking in certain aspects of that, which is why I don't think we're seeing them reach their peak.
So what do you think they're lacking at, B-Mo?
I question the coaching a little bit, to be honest. I think Ryan Day's had some of the most talented teams in the country year in and year out, and I just don't think he's got it done yet. So, I mean, if he doesn't win the national championship this year, yeah, I think this is his best roster at Ohio State. So I'm going to really start to question Ryan Day.
Do
you got to question? You got to question Ryan Day because guess what? They got one of the best young receivers, like we got one of the best young receivers. And that last game they lost, they didn't give him the ball on in that fourth quarter. They didn't attack. There's no way. If I got a guy like that, B-Mo, listen to me. I'm gonna throw him the ball 5 times in a row, and I'm gonna let everybody know I'm throwing him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Same way I do 6.
I 100% agree with you. It almost felt like Ohio State was trying to send a message with their game plan, like, we're going to do what you did to us the past few years. We're going to run right through you in between the tackles. And that's not what Ohio State is. They had some injuries on the offensive line. So, like, that's not Ohio State's strength. Ohio State's strength is utilizing those playmakers out wide, those wide receivers, like you mentioned. So I did not understand the game plan. I did not get it.
Kind of like well, we felt against Michigan. I mean, there was a lot of things like that where you kind of get baited into trying to match and do something that's really not your strength. I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to win the game, right? And Ryan Day has had no success against Michigan. I think he's 1-4 against Michigan, and against top 10 opponents, he's not very good. Top 5. This is just something that fan base can't swallow. What do you think? You think it's play for the national championship or win the national championship? Anything outside of that, do you think he keeps his job?
I think they got to at least play for it. I know they got a tough path. Tennessee is a good team. And then if Ohio State wins that, then they'll play Oregon in the quarterfinals. I know they got a tough path, but with the roster that they got, there's no reason why this team cannot at least reach the national championship. And I even think they should win it, to be honest. And that's not my prediction, but with the roster that they got, there's no excuse for them not to win a national championship this year.
You know why it's going to be probably going to be hard to beat Georgia? Because Georgia is playing like everybody know they've been there before, and it's not too big for them.
Yeah, no,
it's going to be hard to beat Georgia. I don't give a fuck how much, 20 million, 22 million, how much you paid to safety, it don't matter. To beat Georgia, you're going to have to play with so much confidence that you got to really call. You got to have. They got to get Hey Baby to pray for him because she full of the word, But it's impossible to beat Georgia right now because everybody's playing like they've been there before. They never down and out. You better put your foot on their neck and do everything you can, because if you give them a chance, even with the backup quarterback came in, I'm telling you, they just been there before, and they got a coach that been there. They got so much confidence, and them players feed off that. I think it's going to be hard to beat Georgia.
Do you think, on the inverse, for the Ohio State game, being at home, is that a positive or a negative for them? Seeing that they just lost at home and the fan base, I don't know if they recovered from that loss.
I totally get that perspective where I mean, maybe you want to go on the road. Maybe you want to face, that road environment. Maybe you're more attentive in that road environment. Some teams are. You guys remember when Michigan State was having some of those penalty issues early in the season? Then they went to Boston College, kind of got it fixed there. They really didn't have any penalties. And Smith said after that game, I just felt like we were a little bit more attentive because, attention to detail wise, because we were on the road. We had everything needed to be a little bit better. So I think that element could play into it if you are going on the road in that first round. But I mean, just in general, it's just better to play at home. I mean, used to it, home stadium, home facilities, don't have to travel, no jet lag, any of that. So, I mean, I'd rather have a home game, but I do understand that point of view where I guess it would be somewhat beneficial in certain areas to be on the road.
B-Mo, you sound like you played the game in college football. I see you. Okay.
That's
But I agree with London though. I think if Ohio State don't win it all, that coach got to be gone. And I think right now he's packing half of his shit up now, a little bit by little bit, because he can't just make it there. Not with $22 million. You get an OC. It's all type of shit. I mean, I don't think so.
I mean, this is a great point. Trevor just put here. OSU's problems moving the wide receiver coach to be co-offensive coordinator for a few years, and then added Chip Kelly. Then they tried to run at Mason Graham, who just declared for the NFL draft today. Yeah, that was a poor game plan, as B. Moore said. I don't know. I mean, you have all those receivers, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. I mean, they got all kinds of receivers over there, and a ability to get the ball down the field, and they just did not attack. I mean, the secondary in Michigan is weak. The teeth of that defense is in that front seven. That's where all the first rounders are. I mean, Will Johnson, he getting ready for the draft. He ain't playing college football. He bowed out about 6 weeks ago. So I don't know why you wouldn't attack Michigan through the air. That's where everybody had success against them, and they didn't do it. They weren't able to get it done. Let's look at the bracket real quick, if we can pull that up. Do we have that, Sean? Producer Sean in the back. So you talked about the home game for Ohio State against Tennessee. Everyone's talking about, this first round buys. Obviously, you have Oregon, Arizona State with Leavitt, who was a Spartan. You got Kirby over in Georgia. Let's put that back up there. Then Boise State. All four have a bye. You got Texas having a home game against Clemson, but the most intriguing matchup out there per ticket prices is that Indiana at South Bend in Notre Dame. Like, what do you think about that? That game right there, that's Big Ten versus one of our rivals. I mean, we have trophies with both of those teams. First-year head coach and Kirk Cignetti. I think Rolando's talking about him in the chat. But, what do you say about that matchup right there? Swerve.
Indiana.
Whoa. Okay, that's it. That one word. That's all you need, Brendan. What you thinking, Primo?
I'll pick Notre Dame, but I do think Indiana has a shot. We'll see what the run defense looks like, because statistically they have an elite run defense, but they struggle a little bit against Ohio State, and obviously they haven't really played a playoff caliber team besides Ohio State this season. So this is really one of their biggest tests of the year, and they're going up in a team that can run the ball down your throat in Notre Dame. Got a really good back, really good quarterback who can use his legs. I think Notre Dame definitely has a better roster. So yeah, I like Notre Dame, but I do like this in-state dynamic, this kind of, David versus Goliath sort of thing, because Indiana, everyone knows him as a basketball school and whatnot, and his first year their head coach. And Notre Dame's just as, college football blue blood, but I love this dynamic. I think Notre Dame's going to win it.
Be more. My cash app is Swerving33. All I'm saying. So somebody events, my cash app is Swerving33. However y'all want to do
it. Oh, so that's a bet. So yeah, you look at
Marcus.
It's on.
Whoever, whatever. Just tell me how much you want to do it. I ain't gonna go back and forth. Swerving33. And who else? Whatever game else you want to go. You want to go put it back up there, Sean.
Yeah, let's go to the next.
2 out of 3. Make sure somebody wins something. But my cash app is Swerving33.
Go ahead.
I got Texas. I'm not betting against Leavitt. When Leavitt plays, I don't care who he played. The boy looked damn good. I got the SMU Penn State. Ugh.
Hey, that's the most controversial one right there. Let's talk about that. SMU. How do you feel about SMU getting the nod after losing to Clemson. I know it was a close game. They battled back 34-31 against, Clemson. They lose that ACC championship game, and everybody in the SEC is crying their eyes out right now because they feel that Alabama got screwed here, ladies and gentlemen. They feel that Alabama can beat SMU 18 days out of the week, out of 7, okay? And then you have Boise State who gets the first round bye. These are the questions that we want to ask. Is this selection criteria flawed? When you look at those conference champions, do you want champions? Do you want the best 12? What say you, B-Mo?
Yeah, I want the best 12 personally. I don't think they should have auto bids. I don't think the top 4 conference champions should get first round buys. The Big 12 and the ACC and the Mountain West, they're not playing the same level of football as the SEC or the Big 10. So I just don't think like a Boise State or Arizona State should be rewarded at that same level as, an Oregon or a Georgia who won the 2 toughest conferences in the country. So in my opinion, do away with auto bids. Let's just get the best 12 teams. And in regards to like Alabama's argument to get in the 12-team playoff, if you can't make a 12-team playoff, I don't feel sorry for you. That's A. B, Alabama screwed themselves by losing to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt. So they did it to themselves. I don't think they shouldn't be crying and moaning about not making the playoff because they lost to 2 6-6 teams. So I think SMU deserved to be in. I don't think they should have been punished for making and losing their conference championship. So I think they got the right 12 teams in based on what that format / criteria is.
You got it. First of all, I'm going to take Penn State to beat SMU. I was fighting it straight. I was fighting it. But that number 44, he got to be a first round pick. The tight end, just something he just do. He just do everything. And then I looked at it. Them boys got to come to Penn State. You know how cold it is in Penn State right now?
Oh, yeah.
Right. They got a team full of players from Florida. Man, y'all crazy. Penn State. So whoever want to take the other one, swerving 33. Now listen, I love the way they doing it because now think about it. Miami had a shot. If you can't win your conference, there's no way in hell you should be part of the 12. Right. Let's be honest. And if you win your conference, you should be part of the 12.
Even if it's
I don't give up. You beat them. So Alabama. We can't say Alabama. First of all, Alabama suck. Quarterback's terrible. Let's be honest. Right? You lose to a Vanderbilt. You just like Miami. You had a shot to get in. You lose. Yeah, you beat a Georgia. Okay, but now look who Georgia done beat. Georgia done beat Texas. We can go on and on.
I'm just asking. So you're saying that? So could Ole Miss beat Boise? You don't know.
Did you would ever thought Vandy would have beat Alabama?
10 games. Alabama versus Boise. Who wins? How many times does Bama win versus Boise in 10 games?
I may take Boise if you got to play in the bluegrass.
You saying that Boise will win more games in 10 games than Boise? You're saying that? That's what you're saying.
10 games.
10 games. Yeah. If they had to play,
they can't hold up for 10 games. Now,
I'm just saying. Who's got the better team? That's what we're trying to weigh and measure there.
You can't really say who got a better team. You go position by position. Tell me who really Alabama got after you see them the whole season. Ain't nobody consistently dominating. So when you talk about a better team, what?
But Boise, I'm not talking about SEC and Big Ten. I don't think they can be the national championship caliber team that we've seen Alabama before, but Boise and SMU. That's where the angst comes in. That's where you're hearing it all over the nation. Like, man, those teams can't beat Bama. They can't even compete with Georgia or Texas.
But should that even be an argument for selecting teams for the playoff? Because we have to go based on what has been put out on the field. We're not going to see Alabama and Boise State. We're not going to see Alabama play SMU. So in my opinion, I think that's kind of a pointless standpoint because you got to go based on what these teams have done. Look at their resume. Look who have they beaten, how much have they beaten them by. We got to look at these different things that actually happen as opposed to looking at Alabama would be a 10-point favorite over SMU, or Alabama would be, you know, a 2-touchdown favorite over Boise State. So that's where I'm coming from. Yeah.
So what you're suggesting then is that, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, that guys that teams like Alabama or whatever have these tough schedules. Like you look at Oregon, they've had to go through the gauntlet, right? Michigan State has to play in the Big Ten. You have a lot of their strength of schedule. When you look at Alabama's was, I think, 18th in the nation, and SMU's was 61st. So what you're suggesting then, B More, is schedule cupcakes and then just get in undefeated, play Sisters of the Poor the whole season long, get in, and then try to ramp it up during the playoffs and try to go 4-0 or 3-0.
Strength and schedule matters, but it's not the only thing. At what point do you start punishing these losses? So if Alabama lost 2 more games, their strength of schedule would have stayed the same, but they would have been a 7-5 team. And you could sit here and say that Alabama is a better team than Boise State, or Alabama is a better team than Arizona State, or SMU. You could sit there and make these arguments, even if they lose 2 more games, because of the talent on that roster. So at some point, and everyone has to kind of define it for themselves, but at what point do you start punishing losses and start, you know, deducting from their ranking for how many games they lose? So that's where the real argument comes in. Like, how do you compare an 11-1 SMU team, the ACC, versus a 9-3 Alabama team, or Ole Miss, or South Carolina? So that's where the real argument comes in. I mean, like I said, strength of schedule really matters, and I think they're valuing it, but other factors have to be in play as well, like wins and losses.
Hey, B-Mo, don't count that quarterback out of Arizona State. I'm telling you, I saw something last week.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah.
Ooh, and then they got that running back that talking about he the best in the business. His little bubble, little butterball, little boy, he run hard. Don't at any given time, you know, people can be. I know we.
You talking about Scatterboo?
Ooh, Scatterboo did the hot, and then first of all, he would never win the Heisman because his pose is terrible. I mean, it's terrible. But to answer somebody's question, who I think should win the Heisman, I think it should go to the running back.
I think Travis Hunter. So we split on that. You think
Ashton Gentry? I mean, Travis Hunter gonna win it because now we're in a social media world. But at the end of the day, what that running back has done. Okay, Travis Hunter played both sides of the ball. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
good. A lot of plays. Cool. Boom. And he made some plays, right? But this guy here dominated. He's the best offensive player. He's dominated by numbers. He's dominated.
Look, running backs, I think, you know, as we've seen, have been devalued in the game. I think that, yes, he has been able to push through that. He did not outrush Barry Sanders. He was on pace for a while, but he did not get there with his record.
Well, hold on. The playoff game still count, does it?
I mean, damn, yeah, you give him 20 games to get it.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
That's all right. Yeah. But Travis Hunter's a guy. I mean, it's a rare talent, and you got a guy who could be a top 15 pick in the NFL draft in 2 positions. That's very rare. Probably top 3, and he will go. He might go number 1.
Okay, a rare talent. Okay, I'm not knocking that, but let's go by the numbers. It goes by the number, and also they say winning team. So come on now, let's not contradict ourselves because of social media, Dion. Man, fuck all that.
I don't give a damn about Dion. Believe me, I ain't talking about Dion.
Travis Hunter not even the best receiver. He don't got the best numbers at receiver, and he don't got the best numbers at DB.
They run that boy into the ground, man. 200 plays a game, man.
It doesn't. That's the role he played. All I'm saying is he ain't the best receiver in numbers. He ain't the best DB in numbers. Now, is he good at both? Oh, yeah. He plays a lot of plays. Good job. Kudos. But he's not the number 1 at both position in numbers. Okay. But now, we give it to him because Dion said, and damn Dion.
Hey, did Charles Woodson win the Heisman? I mean, Rashad Howard's talking about that. Red, what you think about that, B-Mo?
I do think DB stats are they're not meaningless per se, but they're a little bit less meaningful than wide receiver numbers or running back numbers or quarterback numbers, because if you're a lockdown cornerback, I'm not going to throw at you. So therefore your numbers are not going to be as good someone who's being constantly harassed, that your second cornerback on your team, right? So Hunter's numbers are not going to be as good because he's such a good DB, right? He's not going to have the amount of picks as some other guys, not going to have the amount of tackles or pass breakups as some other guys because they don't target him as much.
I mean, yeah. Shut down corners don't get a lot of stats. They shouldn't have a lot of tackles, according to
Todd Woodson also had the rose in his mouth.
He did. He's a winner.
He was the best player on the best team that went to, I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking. What's his name? Travis. I'm not lying. I'm a fan. I think he's a great player. But if you're talking about the award, we're talking about the award. The award never went to a guy just because he played both days or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? And this guy, I'm not saying he didn't dominate, but I'm like,
what is that? What are you saying? I mean, what's the
you know how you use your big words and this and that. This is my way of
onomatopoeia.
Right. Hold on.
So you're talking about Ashton wasn't Genty from boys?
Yeah.
Like it's not like if he did that in the Big Ten or the SEC.
With this shit,
it's the truth. Then I say, oh, okay, Swerve. He went through the gauntlet. He couldn't do that shit. He ran from it. I think where did he play before? He played.
He's always been at Boise.
No.
He transferred.
Oh, he been there.
He's been there the whole
talking about
time.
No, where he came from, Stray?
Okay, all right, man. I thought he was committed to somewhere.
Push up.
Okay, all right. Okay. I thought he was the biggest school that went over there.
No, let's ask Trevor.
He's just from Florida. That's all it is. Jacksonville. Is that what it is?
I mean,
where Travis Hunter from?
Travis Hunter did transfer in from Jackson State. I'm not sure where he's from.
He was committed to Florida State.
Hometown-wise.
He was committed
committed to Florida State, flipped to Jackson State, played there with Deion, went to Colorado when Deion went to Colorado.
Yeah,
right, but Travis was born in Florida. That's why I'm like, either way, either one on win, I'm for it, but I may be biased because I'm a running back. Give it to him.
You might be. Just a little bit.
Give it to him. When Mark Ingram won, even when Mark, he was number team go to national championship. He didn't really have the most rushing yard, but he was just killing it. It was,
Hunter is hymns. Everybody talking about Hunter gonna get it, but the running back gets the ball most of the game. That boy nice. He is nice. Look, he gonna be a first round running back, which you don't see a lot of anymore. So I just think that Hunter is gonna be that guy for a lot of reasons. They want the powers to be want Deion to move on. I don't think he is. I think he's gonna stay in Colorado. He's got his quarterback now. He doesn't have a perfect scenario to coach his son, to coach for the Cowboys and have your son playing for the Cowboys. That's not going to work out because of the contract for what's that quarterback? Here we go. What's his name? Dak Prescott. Yeah. That's not going to work out for Deion. So here we are. I think they're going to give him this, and the legend continues to grow. But guys, I want to get some final thoughts for you guys with the playoffs, but really more importantly, getting back to the Michigan State transfer portal. You told us who they're targeting, all those things. Like, what do you think? You said that Charles Brantley is going to be the biggest loss right now. Looking at the other losses, can we go through those real quick, be more, so you can give us some assessment of those? We got Charles Brantley, Brandon Lewis from Lansing Catholic. He didn't play a lot. Jalen Smith out of Houston.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot either. I guess the main position that's had a lot of departures is wide receiver. I believe there's been about 4. Jerron Glover, Isaiah Johnson are the 2 most notable there. Both played a decent amount this year. So a little bit concerned at wide receiver, and obviously Marsh coming back for Michigan State. So they're going to hit the portal for wide receivers. We know that they're getting guys in for visits. A couple of names to watch just who are coming in for visits this week. There's a Kent State wide receiver, Krishan McCray. nickname is Big Play McRae. So he's explosive. He's only 5'10", so a little bit small, but really explosive. First team All-MAC, I believe, last season. Second team All-MAC this season. So has had a lot of success at Kent State. Middle Tennessee wide receiver Omari Kelly's coming in for a visit later this week. Miami of Ohio wide receiver is coming in, I believe, tomorrow for a visit. Reginald Virgil. So that's what we've heard in terms of visits so far for wide receivers, and they're offering a lot as well. They're not only offering 3 and only going after 3 wide receivers. They're offering way more than that. They're kind of spreading the net out wide, and they're getting guys to come to campus. So we'll see if they end up committing.
Hey, did I hear you say the Marsh kid coming back?
From what we heard, he's coming back.
Okay, cool. Woo! Last week, B-Mo, it was a woo.
You heard that, huh?
I almost had to go get my people that just got out, but boy, it was tough in there. But okay, they say he coming back. That's good. That's good to know. Because what about Bailey? Can somebody go get Bailey? Please.
Hey, Swerve, there's a question from Ashriel Morgan. Hey, Stray and said your thoughts on Bill Belichick possibly coaching UNC.
I don't think he can do it. He won't last. I heard several stories. I heard that he wanted to get his son. I guess his son coached somewhere. Something in there where he wanted his son to come to be the DC. I guess, it's one of those where the dad gonna sacrifice and do anything to set up his son, I'm assuming. But I don't think Bill Belichick last. You know how fast them kids gonna get their ass in the portal that next season when the portal open up.
They leave it. They can't handle it. B-Mo, what's your thoughts on Belichick coming to the college football game?
I'm intrigued because the age thing is a factor. Like the coach that they just fired, Mac Brown, I believe, is a very similar age to Bill Belichick. So that's a little puzzling. I kind of want him to get the job just to see how it works out. And college football nowadays, these programs, they kind of operate like NFL teams. Like you have your kind of front office type of staff where you have your GM, your recruiting guys who are scouting and offering talent. Same thing with the NFL. And then you have obviously your on-field coaches. So I think Belichick fits the college system more now than he did, 5-10 years ago.
That's a good point. Hey, Rolanda, I hear Belichick likes them young. Here we go.
Rolanda, he ain't wrong. He got him too. Whoa. For Bill to do that, he did what he had to do. I'm proud of you, Bill. Bill no different than the dude. What's the dude that's from LSU? The coach that's from LSU.
Which one?
Brian Kelly. Ed Orgeron.
Yeah. Yosemite Sam. You talking about the real Cajun?
He was at Girls Gone Wild.
What's wrong with you? Man, you can't do nothing with it, man. Listen, hey, B-More, we really appreciate you staying up on all the transfer portal news and showing your wide range of knowledge and all things Michigan State athletics. Look, man, we would love to have you on and continue to bring you on back. Sedrick, final thoughts before we get up out of here.
Bradley, please don't go, Bradley. Please don't go. Please don't go. If anybody know Bradley, please, CB, don't go nowhere. Please, I can't take this shit no more.
Man, call the collective, man. Call the collective. Brendan, what's your final thoughts, man, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I guess it is important to remember as you see guys enter the transfer portal from Michigan State. If you guys didn't see Aiden Childs' comments after that last game, he kind of made I guess alluded to like there's some guys in this locker room that may not have their attitude in order and kind of got to clean house a little bit. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Not saying all these guys aren't bought into Michigan State. Some maybe yes, some maybe no. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Not everyone entering the transfer portal is a huge loss and the world's going to end. So I do think overall Michigan State's in a good position to land. So some pretty good talent here in the transfer portal.
Hey, that's on a positive note right there. There's nothing more that needs to be said. Appreciate you, Swerving Irvin, and B-More from Spartans Illustrated. Give them your handle so people can follow you.
Yeah, you can check out all of our stuff on SpartansIllustrated.com. We're covering the transfer portal inside and out. appreciate it if you could become a subscriber. You get access to all of our insider information there. You can follow me on Twitter at BMoreCFB. Follow Spartans Illustrated on Twitter as well at Spartans Rivals. So yeah, just check us out. Spartans Illustrated, search it up wherever, you'll find us.
Sounds good,
a lot
man.
of shit, B-Mo.
A lot of stuff right there. Good stuff for everybody, man. For Sedrick Irvin and Brendan Moore, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Everybody have a good night. God bless you. Go green.
Go white. Please!